on a cruise for all of life's challenges, there's encouragement to be found.
And we hope you can find it here. I'm Keith Stevens. Welcome to Keep the Faith. Now, Jackie Dorman is along for the ride today, and she's a modern-day matchmaker who sees people find joy that they didn't think was even possible. Her next Married in 12 Months or Less challenge begins Monday, October 25th. All the details are at KeepTheFaith.com. Good to see you, Jackie.
Hey guys, I love being back here and sharing about relationships and the exciting future that could be ahead for you. Whatever is holding you back from love, purpose, fulfillment, there's encouragement here on Keep the Faith to help you move forward. And it's found in songs and stories like these.
Whom shall I fear?
All right, this guy's kind of cool, and he walks up to me. He just stares at me. He's like, no way, you're Chris Tomlin. He goes, man, I've done everything Miami can give you. I've done it all. I came here and my life has been at the bottom, man. I've done it all. And someone gave me one of your CDs, gave me your music, and changed my life.
Sometimes we hear that voice loud and clear in the thunder, or in the rain, or in nature, or in a whisper. But frequently we hear the voice of God alive and well in our neighbor's voice, or in someone dropping off a warm meal, or in someone just sitting with us at our bed, in the gift of presence.
With every act of love, we bring the kingdom come.
It's one word, 3 little letters, yet. But they're powerful. Jackie Dorman shares about that word next on Keep the Faith.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. And you have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. And you have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. And you have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. And you have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never
strength for a fresh start. Welcome to Keep the Faith.
If I had only known the last time would be the last time, I would have put off all the things I had to do. I would have stayed a little longer, held on a little tighter. Now what I'd give for one more day with you. 'Cause there's a wound here in my heart where something's missing, and they tell me that it's gonna heal with time. But I know you're in a place where all your wounds have been erased, and knowing yours are healed is healing mine. The only scars in heaven that won't belong to me and you. There'll be no such thing as broken, and all the old will be made new. And the thought that makes me smile now, even as the tears fall down, is that the only scars in heaven are on the hands that hold you now. I know the road you walked was anything but easy. You picked up your share of scars along the way. Oh, but now you're standing in the sun. You fought your fight and your race is run. The pain is all a million miles away. The only scars in heaven that won't belong to me and you. There'll be no such thing as broken, and all the old will be made new. And the thought that makes me smile now, even as the tears fall down, is that the only scars in heaven, yeah, are on the hands that hold you now. Not a day goes by that I don't see you. You live on in all the better parts of me. Until I'm standing with you in the sun, I'll fight this fight and this race I'll run, until I finally see what you can see. Oh, the only scars in heaven won't belong to me and you. There'll be no such thing as broken, and all the old will be made new. And the thought that makes me smile now, and even as the tears fall down, is that the only scars in heaven are on the hands that hold you now.
You're listening to Keep the Faith.
Hey, I'm Keith Stevens. Your situation now is not necessarily your situation forever, especially when it comes to love. Jackie Dorman is the matchmaker and relationship coach behind the Married in 12 Months or Less Challenge. The next one begins Monday, October 25th at KeepTheFaith.com. She shares about the powerful word, yet.
Such a simple word, just a 3-letter word, but it reminds me of a story of a student who had been chronically single. She kept using the phrase, well, I'm not married. I'm never going to be married. Nobody wants to be married to me. And I had her tack that word on, yet. I'm not married yet. I haven't found anyone yet. Nobody has fallen in love with me yet. And it was such a game changer for her because she realized that the story's not over yet. Romans 8:28 says he works all things to the good of those that love him. And that means that if it's not good yet, it's not over yet.
Have you been praying and you still have no answers? Have you been pouring out your heart for so many years? Have you been hoping that things would have changed by now? Have you cried all the faith you have through so many tears? Don't forget the things that he has done before. And remember, he can do it all once more. It's like the brightest sunrise waiting on the other side of the darkest night. Don't ever lose hope. Hold on and believe. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. You're closer than you think you are. Only moment from the break of dawn. All his promises are just up ahead. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe you just haven't seen it. He had the solution before you had the problem. He sees the best in you when you feel at your worst. So in the questioning, don't ever doubt his love for you. 'Cause it's only in his love that you find a breakthrough. Oh. It's like the brightest sunrise waiting on the other side of the darkest night. Don't ever lose hope. Hold on and believe. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. You're closer than you think you are. Only moment from the break of dawn. All his promises are just up ahead. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe you just haven't seen it. He is moving with the love so deep. Hallelujah for the victory. Good things are coming even when we can't see. We can't see yet, but we believe that he is moving with the love so deep. Hallelujah for the victory. Good things are coming even when we can't see. We can't see yet, but we believe that it's like the brightest sunrise waiting on the other side of the darkest night. Don't ever lose hope. Hold on and believe. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. You're closer than you think you are. Only moment from the break of dawn. All his promises are just up ahead. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Just haven't seen it yet. Maybe you just haven't seen it. Just haven't seen it yet. Ooh.
When we live in community, when we actually invest with a loving approach to those around us, there's really no limit to what we can accomplish. But it takes that intentionality, a level of vulnerability to admitting that for Justin, okay, I want to go on this journey, but I can't because I'm in a wheelchair. It's a remarkable amount of vulnerability to embrace, and we can all learn from that. And when we lay down our burdens, whatever they be, and let someone else pick them up, we can accomplish anything.
Hold us together, make us a shelter to weather the storm, and I'll be my brother's keeper, so the whole world will know that we're not
This is Keep the Faith.
I'm Jackie Dorman on Keep the Faith, where encouragement becomes contagious. There's so much more to come.
Chris Tomlin shares a funny story that can remind you just how far-reaching your impact can be.
I can listen to my heart, I can listen to the world, I can listen to my problems. But what I think I need to hear, nice and loud and crystal clear, is about the one who's gonna solve them. I need something that can fill my soul. On a record or the radio, ain't nothing like a gospel song. Makes me wanna sing it all day long. Something about that amazing grace, sound of praise, makes my troubles not seem so strong. Let me hear a heart set free, hold it Bible to a melody. Turn it up and then play it again, play it again, play it on and on and on. Ain't nothing like a gospel song. Alright, let me stop and testify. I was dead and brought to life by the power of my Savior. But if I'm being real with you, sometimes I forget it's true. I could use a reminder. I need something that can fill my soul. On a record or the radio, ain't nothing like a gospel song. Makes me wanna sing it all day long. Something about that amazing grace, sound of praise, makes my troubles not seem so strong. Let me hear a heart set free, hold it Bible to a melody. Turn it up and then play it again, play it again, play it on and on and on. Ain't nothing like a gospel song, yeah. Ain't nothing like a gospel song. Oh, yeah, I will sing the name of Jesus. I will sing of all he's done. I will sing the name of Jesus. I will sing till kingdom come. Ain't nothing like a gospel song. Makes me wanna sing it all day long. Something about that amazing grace, sound of praise, makes my troubles not seem so strong. Let me hear a heart set free, hold it Bible to a melody. Turn it up and then play it again, play it again, play it on and on and on. Ain't nothing like a gospel song. Ain't nothing like a gospel song. Like a gospel song.
G'day guys, my name is Luke with The King and Country, and this is Keep the Faith, the home of contagious encouragement.
Wide awake while the world is sound asleep, and too afraid of what might show up while you're dreaming. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe it. And every day you try to pick up all the pieces, all the memories, they somehow never leave you. Nobody sees you. Nobody will believe it. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. There's a kind of love You keep a cover over every single secret. So afraid if someone saw them they would leave. But somebody sees you. Somebody will never leave you. God only knows what you've been through. There's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. For the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. Oh, for the lonely, for the ashamed, the misunderstood and the ones to blame. What if we could start over? We could start over. We could start over. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. 'Cause there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows where to find you. God only knows how to break through. God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
You're listening to Keep the Faith.
I'm Dee Rodriguez. So you want to make an impact. Well, sometimes you never know how that's going to happen. But other times you get a glimpse.
Whom shall I fear?
Chris Tomlin had a vacation with an unexpected twist and a pleasant surprise.
My wife and I, we thought we'd take an anniversary trip. We wanted to go somewhere warm, and it was somewhere that was a short flight. So we're like, we've never been to South Beach. Let's go to South Beach, you know. And I've heard all about that. I heard it's crazy. We can like do some like people watching, it'd be fun. And so we find this hotel, and my wife, she jokes. She goes, "Well, at least no one's gonna know who you are down here." You know, she's like, for sure, just looking around. And so we finally get to find this hotel. We get out to the beach. And it's a pretty day, and we sit down in our chairs at the beach. Just get seated, and this attendant, like a beach attendant's walking up. He's got drinks and towels and stuff like that. If you need water or whatever, he's coming up, and he's just really cool guy, kind of fit, like really good looking young guy, like kind of tatted up, kind of like, all right, this guy's kind of cool. And he walks up to me, he just stares at me. He's like, no way, you're Chris Tomlin. And he just sits down in between me and my wife. And he just starts going on and on about how my music has changed his life. And like, he's like, bro, I cannot believe that I'm running into you. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He goes, man, I've done everything Miami can give you. I've done it all. I came here and my life has been at the bottom, man. I've done it all. And I just was at the very bottom. Someone gave me one of your CDs, gave me your music, and changed my life. And I was like, blown away. And he leaves. I'm thinking, my wife and I was like, oh, that's sweet. That was a complete surprise. That was sweet. Well, then he comes back. He's got his phone hooked up to this wireless, speaker, and he sits it down in front of us and like hits play, and he goes, just enjoy. It starts playing my music, and it loud over the speaker. It's like Jesus Messiah starts playing, and I'm like, I'm trying to imagine all the people. Luckily, they don't know who I am, but I'm thinking, if they know who I am, they're thinking, that guy brings his own music to the beach. What an ego. This is like unbelievable. He's standing there on the beach, hands raised, just singing as Liza again right in front of us. Like, I was dying inside, but it was also like this amazing like thing when it was all said and done. It's amazing. Like, you never know where your music's going to show up. It goes to the craziest places. Obviously I expect to walk into a church. I expect to hear it there sometimes. But to be in the middle of South Beach, the craziest place maybe in America, and here's this guy, and he just got it jamming and singing it. It was an amazing thing.
The God who made the winters and the summers, the one who put the stars all in their place, the only one who stands above all others. He knows me by name. The angels hide their faces in his presence. The demons run for cover when you speak. You so close to me. And when I close my eyes, I know that I'm not just hoping, I'm not just wishing, I know I'm praying to a God who listens. I know He hears me, I know He's living. Yes, I am praying to a God who listens. He walks with me and leads me by still waters. I lay my troubles down at His feet. It's amazing that the Savior and the Father, He is a friend to me. How can it be? Oh, I'm not just hoping, I'm not just wishing, I know I'm praying to a God who listens. I know He hears me, I know He's living. Yes, I am praying, yes, I am praying to a God who listens, who knows me, who loves me, who never will fail me, who tells me that I am His own. And You surround me, remind me, You always are for me. So I come boldly to Your throne. I'm not just hoping, I'm not just wishing. Yes, I am praying to a God who listens. And oh, what a promise that we've been given. Yes, we are praying to a God who listens.
God gives good gifts in His time, and when we receive them as a good gift from Him, it frees us. It felt like such freedom to realize I'm not defined by my house. Like, big hospitality is not about the size of your house. It really is about the size of your heart. You feel at home, not in your house so much, but as in your skin. And I think when you feel at home in your skin, you can open any house to anyone, anytime.
Every good thing, every heartbeat, every day we get to breathe. You're the reason for anything that lasts, every second chance, every life. Life is so sweet. You're the reason for every good thing, every good thing, every good thing, every good thing. You're the reason for every good thing, every good thing, every good thing, every good thing.
This is Keep the Faith. Next on Keep the Faith, a little boy fighting for his life heard some encouraging words that would change everything.
The one voice outside of mom and dad's that I cherish maybe more than anyone else's was the voice of the announcer for the St. Louis Cardinals, Jack Buck. And on Sunday afternoon, I hear footsteps walk in, and then I hear this voice, "Kid, wake up."
We worship the God who was. We worship the God who is. We worship the God who evermore will be. He opened the prison doors. He parted the raging sea. My God, He holds the victory. Yeah. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We shout out Your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. And we won't be quiet. We shout out Your praise. Oh, oh, oh. We shout out Your praise. royalty. We were the prisoners, now we're running free. We are forgiven, accepted, redeemed by His grace. Let the house of the Lord sing praise. 'Cause we were the beggars, now we're royalty. We were the prisoners, now we're running free. We are forgiven, accepted, redeemed by His grace. Let the house of the Lord sing praise. There's joy in the house. There is joy in this house. There's joy in the house of the Lord today, and we won't be quiet. We're gonna shout out Your praise. There's joy in the house. There is joy. There is joy. Surely in this place, and we won't be quiet. We're gonna shout out Your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. We won't be quiet. We're gonna shout out Your praise. There is joy. There is joy. Surely in this place, and we won't be quiet. Shout out Your praise. We shout out Your praise. There is joy in this house. There is joy in this house today. We shout out Your praise. We shout out Your praise.
Some days, hope is harder to find than others. As you listen today, we hope the songs and stories bring it to the forefront and encourage you here on Keep the Faith.
I've carried a burden for too long on my own. I wasn't created to bear it alone. I hear Your invitation to let it all go. I see it now, I'm laying it down. I know that I need You. I've run to the Father, fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, oh, oh. You saw my condition, had a plan from the start. Your Son for redemption, the price for my heart. I don't have a context for that kind of love. I don't understand, I can't comprehend. All I know is I need You. I brought to the Father, fall into grace. I'm done with the hiding, no reason to wait. My heart needs a surgeon, my soul needs a friend. So I run to the Father again and again and again and again. Oh, 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 and again and again. Oh, 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 and I feel this rush
listening to Keep the Faith.
I'm Donna Cruz. Your act of kindness, an encouraging word, or even your time could be the special touch that someone needs today. When John O'Leary was 9 years old, he was caught in a house fire and given a 1% chance to live. But he kept fighting.
When I awake on the 18th of January, just barely pulling through that first night, I find myself tied down to a hospital bed, unable to move my arms or my legs. And because of swelling, I almost doubled overnight, so I can't see. So I'm completely cut off from the world, but I could dream, and I could hope, and I could pray, and I could imagine, and I could listen. And as a little guy growing up in the mid-'80s, the one voice outside of mom and dad's that I cherished maybe more than anyone else's was the voice of the announcer for the St. Louis Cardinals, Jack Buck. And on Sunday afternoon, I hear footsteps walk in, somebody sits down, they pull the chair up close, and then I hear this voice. And the voice says, loud and clear, cutting through the darkness, "Kid, wake up. Wake up. You are going to live. You are going to survive. And when you get out of here, we are going to celebrate John O'Leary Day at the ballpark. It's going to be a celebration, kid." And then he asked the question, "Kid, are you listening?" So, I remember trying to nod my head back. I can't communicate. And then he says to me, "Good. Keep fighting." I think we are all called to be the hands and the feet and the voice of a living God. Sometimes we hear that voice loud and clear in the thunder, or in the rain, or in nature, or in a whisper. But frequently we hear the voice of God alive and well in our neighbor's voice, or in someone dropping off a warm meal, or in someone just sitting with us at our bed, in the gift of presence. And so as a child, I knew, well, it wasn't God's voice, it was Jack Buck's. But now after recovering and growing older in my life and maybe a little bit more wise in my faith, without a doubt, it was the voice of God.
Some days life feels perfect, other days it just ain't working. The good, the bad, the right, the wrong, and everything in between. Yo, it's crazy, amazing, we can turn our heart through the words we say. Mountains crumble with every syllable, hope can live or die. So speak life to the deadest, darkest night. Speak life, when the sun won't shine and you don't know why. Look into the eyes of the broken hearted, watch them come alive as soon as you speak hope, you speak love, you speak life. Oh, 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 oh. You speak life. Oh, 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 oh. Some days the tongue gets twisted, other days my thoughts just fall apart. I do, I don't, I will, I won't. It's like I'm drowning in the deep. Well, it's crazy to imagine words from my lips as the arms of compassion. Mountains crumble with every syllable, hope can live or die. So speak life to the deadest, darkest night. Speak life, when the sun won't shine and you don't know why. Look into the eyes of the broken hearted, watch them come alive as soon as you speak hope, you speak love, you speak. Like fire, hope will fall like rain when you speak life with the words you say. Raise your thoughts a little higher, use your words to inspire. Joy will fall like rain when you speak life with the things you say. Lift your head a little higher, spread the love like fire. Hope will fall like rain when you speak life with the words you say. So speak life to the deadest, darkest night. Speak life when the sun perfect.
Do everything with excellence. Think about it like this. The difference between extraordinary and ordinary is just a little extra. When you're that little extra, you set yourself apart. You no longer need to compete. Just be extraordinary.
As you do everything you do to the glory of the one who made you. 'Cause he made you to do every little thing that you do to bring a smile to his face. Tell the story of grace with every move that you make. And every little thing you do.
This is Keep the Faith.
I'm Brandy Lene on Keep the Faith with an encouraging thought from Coach John Wooden. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do.
He's coming on the clouds. Kings and kingdoms will bow down. And every chain will break. His broken hearts declare his praise. But who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. And every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sin of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. So open up the gates, make way before the King of Kings. Our God who comes to save is here to set the captives free. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. And every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sin of the world. His blood breaks the chains, and every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. And every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb.
You're listening to Keep the Faith.
You're not alone, stop holding on and just be him.
Hi, I'm Jackie Dorman, creator of the Married in 12 Months or Less Challenge. It's amazing what can happen when we open ourselves up to change, heal our hearts, and begin to believe that a great adventure is possible. Maybe you've experienced that for yourself. Your story can encourage so many people. So would you share it? Just call 800-726-4150. That's 800-726-4150.
Last summer, I was going through a really rough time. Very last minute, I had been denied by the two colleges that I had thought where I was supposed to go. And I was driving home one night from work, and I turned on the radio, and one of the lines is, "Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place." I'm on the throne, stop holding on, and just be held. And I cried. That song is really what I needed to hear that night. And I ended up going to Liberty University, which is where I was meant to be.
Hold it all together, everybody needs you strong. But life hits you out of nowhere and barely leaves you holding on. And when you're tired of fighting, chained by your control, there's freedom in surrender. Lay it down and let it go. So when you're on your knees and answers seem so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be held. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I'm on the throne, stop holding on and just be held. Just be held. Just be held. If your eyes are on the storm, you wonder if I love you still. But if your eyes are on the cross, you know I always have and I always will. Then not a tear is wasted. In time you'll understand. I'm painting beauty with the ashes. Your life is in my hands. So when you're on your knees and answers seem so far away, you're not alone. Stop holding on and just be held. Your world's not falling apart, it's falling into place. I'm on the throne, stop holding on and just be held. Just be held. Just be held. Just be held. Just be held.